Hey there, let's take a peaceful walk along the Bellamy River Trail in Dover, New Hampshire. This easy 2.5 mile path takes you along the river, through forest and wetlands, with plenty of wildlife and scenic views. This is a perfect spot for a peaceful hike or run. Whether you're looking for a quick local escape or a scenic place to explore, the Bellamy River Trail provides beautiful views, easy terrain, and plenty of wildlife along the way. So like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps more than you think, and I hope to see you all on the next trail. Well, today we're on the Bellamy River Trail. I'm sure it's not going to stay as wide as what we're on right now. Got some loose rocks under the feet, early part of the trail here. Looks like it was just that small little area. Looks like we're walking out of it now. So far we haven't hit the wood line yet. Looks like the trail's heading in that direction. So far it's all hiking out here in the fields. I'm sure we'll eventually hit the woods. Plenty wide enough. No problem for people with any mobility devices. Looks like our grassy trail is now starting to narrow in a little bit. So there are no blazes that we can see walking out here. There are a couple of spots that it was questionable as to which way we would go. And now we've narrowed down to a single path. Now we've narrowed down to a path wide enough for one person to walk. You're definitely going to have to make sure you check yourself for ticks after this walk, going through this tall grass and all these weeds. Anybody with a wheelchair or any type of walking device would probably struggle a little bit going through here where all the weeds are. You'd have trouble getting caught up in the weeds here. We should be coming up on where the trail intersects with the loop. And we'll continue to walk straight, and then we should come back out to this little intersection here someplace. We should be walking by it in a few minutes here. So far the paths have been, other than the single wide path through the field, which would be difficult, they've been pretty wide, pretty flat, without too many obstructions at all. Now we're in the woods, we're hitting some roots and small rocks, but very doable for, I'd say, all levels. Quite a few roots right here that you may have to work at to get over or around. But again, not too bad. A lot of loose underfoot here. A lot of broken up sticks and what have you. Just have to watch your footing as you go over them. A little crude draining ditch here, using some logs. Kind of creative. First little down tree that we just went over. A little too much to move by hand. Up ahead is the river. We'll follow that for a short distance. And then the trail loops back around, heading out to the field where we came in. Saltwater river here. Years of high water have washed the banking away a bit, exposing a lot of the roots to these trees. And after a little time on the shore of the river, get back on the trail, follow the river for a short distance, and work our way back out. Heavy leaner right there in front of us. As long as it behaves and stays up while we go under it, that's all we're worried about right now. And we're continuing to walk along the shore of the river, 150 feet off the shore of the river. And as you can see up ahead, every now and then we come across trees that are down across the path. So they're not terribly big trees. So for some with a little help, they can get over them. For others, they may become an obstacle that's not doable. So as we hike through this trail, on the left and on the right, there are a ton of blueberry bushes. Although unfortunately, we're here too late for the blueberries. But there are a lot of bushes here. Just some more video of the river that we've been walking alongside of. And as I said, there are parts of this trail that would be difficult for some to get around and get through because of the downed trees and roots. But hopefully you would be with somebody that could assist you. And we're coming back out to the field again as we make our return trip back to the parking lot. We're probably, I'm going to guess, about a mile away. Path narrowing down quite a bit, and we're probably going through some more overgrown brush and shrubs and what have you. All swamp and marsh off to our left here, although for the most part the trail is pretty obvious, although there are some spots where it's sketchy at best and keeping yourself on the trail might be difficult. I do use a popular hiking app to keep me honest when it comes to staying on the trails, and I would highly recommend anybody going out into the woods at least have that so that they can double check where they're at. And there are parts that we're hiking through that clearly look like during the wet season they can be wet and muddy, although we're in a bit of a drought right now, so we haven't really hit any wet spots or muddy spots. See ahead of us here, there's no markings for the path, but using the app, it shows us where it is and gets us back on track. In this area here, somebody with any type of mobility issues, especially if they're using a wheeled device, they would not get through here. Although we did see 3 or 4 cars in the parking lot coming in, we have yet to come across anybody out on the trail here. Out of some of the overgrown brush there, the trail is widening out a little bit, which is good. Looks like a blue heron enjoying the remnants of a big puddle. They're actually a part of the swamp that is still wet. According to the app, that whole area where the great blue heron was is usually all got standing water, but you can see it's down quite a bit due to the drought. through this whole trail, that's about the only elevation gain, was walking up right there. And just getting back to the trailhead, and we're finally running into some people. Maybe we just started a little too early, which is a good thing.